Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've already started off with my foundation and my brows, so now I'm going in with my LA Girl concealer in yellow corrector, and I'm just doing 2 triangles under my eyes, connecting them with the nose, and 2 lines on my cheekbones. Okay, now I'm going to take dark cocoa and I'm going to go in and add my contour shades, and I'm adding those to the perimeters of my face and my cheekbones. So I'm just taking a beauty blender and blending out all of the light concealer first, and then I'm going to go in and do the dark concealer. I just want to make sure that the color doesn't get muddy and that it just doesn't become messy on my face. So I'm just taking this in patting motions and blending out my under eyes. I also brought a little bit of that concealer on my eyelids just so that I will have a light area for when I apply my eyeshadow. Okay, so I got a little on my cheek, no problem. I can blend that out, no big deal. And I'm just gonna blend out the concealer on my chin, under my nose a little bit, and also just gonna go in and do my jawbone highlight. So blend, 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 blend. And I'm just gonna keep blending this, you guys. A great tip for this concealer, even though it's a great consistency, I like to let it sit just a little bit so it becomes tacky and it's easier to blend on the face. I mean, it's a very blendable product, but I feel like this is the best way to really get the most out of this product. Okay, so I'm just going in with the end of my beauty blender and I'm blending this dark cocoa on my cheekbones and just giving my face a little more depth. And now I'm also going to blend my jawbone as well. There's no particular order to this as long as you make sure everything's blended and nice and even. So just getting that other cheekbone and blending that out really nicely. And just like that, gonna blend out my forehead as well, and just to give a little more depth. I like doing this step. Okay, and I just want to blend everything out just a little bit more. So if you still see things that need blending out, just go back over them. It is totally okay. If you missed a spot, you can always just blend it. So now I'm going to set my highlights with my bronzer palette from Beauty Treats. I'm using these top 2 colors, and I'm going to start with the lightest color first, and I'm going to apply this directly underneath my eyes. I'm using the same brush. It is a Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm applying this powder underneath my eyes and in the areas that I first applied my highlight. But I just want these areas specifically that I started off with to be the brightest, so that's why I'm starting off with that really light powder. Okay, I'm also bringing that across my upper lip, on my chin, a little bit to the tip of my nose, and the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. So I'm just blending this out and laying the color on there. It's okay if it looks blotchy right now. I will go back and blend. So I'm taking the deeper highlight shade and I'm just bringing a little bit more attention to my contour on my cheeks. And this is not as bright as the contouring powder I placed on my under eye area. So I'm also just going to put a little bit of that on to my eyelids as well. And you know that this is my favorite contour powder. I'm going in with my CoverGirl Natural Hue Bronzer in Ebony, and I'm just going to add a little more depth to my cheekbones, and I'm also going to be applying this on the perimeter of my forehead, under my nose, under my lip, and along my jawline. And just a great shade. Okay, so now I'm taking my L'Oreal True Match mineral powder, and I'm just using the buffing technique to blend everything very evenly so that the powder doesn't look blotchy. I'm also just going to blend the arch of my nose and add a little bit more dark powder there just to conceal the bones that I had there that stick out. Okay, so now I'm just going in with my blush from CoverGirl. This is Ice Plum. It's a lovely mauve color. You can get away with this blush in a lot of looks. And now I'm taking my blush also from Wet n Wild as a blush highlight in the shade Fantastic Plastic Pink. Now I'm going in my bronzer palette and using the highlighter, and I'm adding just a nice highlight on the tops of my cheeks. So I did a bit of a gradient there. I started with a dark blush and then I went in with a lighter blush and then a highlight. And now I'm using that highlight on my forehead and my nose, my cupid's bow. Here's my Minlani Tantastic Face and Body Bronzer, and I'm using that for a little oomph to my highlighter. So this is my nude palette from Profusion. I'm starting off with this nice coffee brown shade, and I'm blending this right above my crease and stopping right below my brow bone. And I'm just blending this out nice and even. I'm repeating that step on the other side, and don't worry if it's a blunt edge towards the top. I'm going to go back in with a highlighter to smooth out that edge there. Okay. And there we go for the brown. I'm just going to go back into that palette, and I'm going to take this nice toffee shade, and I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. It's not something that's super bright. I'm okay with that because I was going for a nice subtle smoky eye look. Now I'm taking this lovely gold and I'm applying this on my eyelid, and I'm bringing this up a little bit past the crease line. I'm not trying to make a cut crease or anything. I just want those shades to blend together really nicely. Okay. And now I'm just going to take some black right here, black, and I'm going to put this on the outer V of my eyes and bring that into my crease a little bit, just for a little more depth. I feel like winged eye looks look very great when you play up your outer V and your creases, so there we go. I'm just going to blend this along my lower lash line as well, just the outer 3/4. Okay, now I'm going in with my Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art Pen in Topaz Twinkle. Just gonna take that glitter and apply this on my eyelids, and I want this where that gold eyeshadow was, and I just want to play that color up a little bit more, so I'm just adding a little more of this to my eyelids, and it's just really fun. Glitter is fun. Okay, here's my NYC liquid liner, and I am just creating a winged eye look, and I'm just gonna close that wing off and clean it up. I also am pointing the inside of my tear ducts with this. I tend to find it easier to do that with a felt tip, so I go back afterwards to point the tear duct with the felt tip. So that's why I didn't do it on this other eye. Okay, so I'm just going to wing this out, just like the other one. And there we go. I feel like that looks pretty good. Okay, so I forgot to show you guys how I put this on, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It is the Vivid Matte lipsticks from Maybelline. Okay, so now I'm just going in with my Fiber Lash Mascara from L'Oreal. This is the Voluminous Lash Mascara. And I'm just going to put that on my lashes because lashes make a look, and why not? So I'm also going to put that on my lower lash line. And here I go with that felt tip pen to point my other tear duct. And I like just to go back, if there's any spots or lines that I feel are kind of crooked, I can go back and touch them up with a little bit more, a little more of a sturdy hand. And this is the complete look, you guys. It's just a really fun, glamorous gold in brown and glittery kind of smoky eye. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!